Well, folks, breaking news. Looks like a couple hours ago, SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, was arrested in the Bahamas, and the U.S. is filing criminal charges. After reading the specifics of the indictment against him that is likely to be unsealed in the morning, and the specific charges that are being leveled against him, I'm both laughing and crying. I'm laughing because this is good. This is right. He needs to be held responsible for what he's done. And all these BS interviews he's been doing, comes out in an interview, he looks all humbled and I take responsibility and it was my fault and I screwed up. And then when you find out exactly what he's admitting to having screwed up, you know, it's, well, I didn't have the right data and, you know, the data was not available to me, which is another way of saying it's somebody else's fault. So none of these interviews he's been doing have convinced me that he's in any, especially the leaked texts and stuff after the interviews where he shows no remorse whatsoever. I mean, not that he shows no remorse whatsoever, but he's not actually, in none of the interviews is he actually taking responsibility for what he actually did. So he needs to be held accountable, and I think this is good. But I also think there's another side to the story that I think can be very tough for the crypto market in the long run, like what this spells for the crypto market. I want to look at this. This is an article on CNBC. Damian Williams, the U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York, said on Twitter that the federal government anticipated moving to unseal the indictment in the morning. Now listen to this. The charges include wire fraud, makes sense. Wire fraud conspiracy, makes sense. Securities fraud. Securities fraud conspiracy. And money laundering. Now, I'm not suggesting that he's innocent in any of those things. But this sets up the SEC for a more broad-ranging attack on the crypto market in general. And sure enough, the very next paragraph basically spells that out. Meanwhile, the Securities and Exchange Commission has initiated a separate set of charges against Bankman-Fried related to violation of our securities laws, which will be filed publicly tomorrow in the Southern District of New York. Now, this might be a situation in which this is warranted. I don't doubt that. However, given the situation with XRP and the broader threat of the SEC taking action against other crypto companies, other crypto assets, and the companies that have produced them, the SEC has to be chomping at the bit. So what that means to me now, when I kind of take the news, because you all know that I'm a technical analysis guy. I try to forget the news. Like when I see the news, I don't factor it into my evaluation of what's happening in the chart. And the reason I don't do that is because the chart already knows the news before I do. So even if I had not read the news that SBF had been arrested, the chart has read the news, meaning by the time it's news, the market is already reacting to it. So I'm not going to read something in the news and then go home and make a big sale. Now, by the way, or a big buy. By the way, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. If that's the way you do make your investment decisions, I'm not saying anything negative about that. I'm just telling you this is kind of the way I think. This news is out. The market's already responding to it. However, and I've been saying this for quite some time now, and I'm going to say it again. The confirmation that we've hit bottom is volume. So when you go to the bottom of this wick here, if there's not a bigger green candle, or at least a green volume bar that's just as big as the previous one right next to it, that wasn't the bottom, because the big money is waiting at the bottom. So what this tells me, that we've had two lower lows in the price here, and the big money was not waiting there. That tells me that neither of these is the bottom. It's going to go lower. The question becomes, what will cause mass capitulation in the market? What will cause the market to go lower? And whenever this is the case, that the big money wasn't waiting down there, that tells me that there's some event that's going to come in the next few months that's going to cause a mass capitulation in the market, and it will get the price down to where the big money wants it to be. And the big money will buy it, and we'll see that big green volume bar, and that will be a sign to everyone in the market that the big money is in. It could be that not just the SEC's involvement in this case with SBF, but that further action of the SEC in the crypto market as a whole will, within the next 3 to 6 months, cause the massive capitulation that is necessary to bring the market down to wherever the big money wants it to go. So, on the one hand, I'm happy. I'm happy that SBF was arrested. I'm thankful that he's being held accountable, that something is being done. But on the other hand, I'm worried about the SEC having a field day and kind of using this as an open door to attack the entire market. At the same time, I understand the macroeconomics of it, that the big money will basically use that as an opportunity to bring the market down to wherever it is that they need it to be, wherever it is that they've determined that they want it to be, before they dump all their money in. I guarantee if this bottom was here and the big money didn't come in at 15.6 or whatever this is, 15.4, there's no way the big money is going to be buying it at 17. It's just not going to happen. And so the big money is going to be waiting at the bottom. But the last piece I'll say about this is they're going to throw the book at SBF. I think that's clear. They're going to throw the book at him. And in a sense, that's just, but in another sense, how many bankers and corporate executives did they throw the book at after the 2008 fiasco? Like, they knowingly crashed the economy of the entire world. I mean, SBF crashed the whole crypto market, yes, and a lot of people lost money, but a lot more people lost money in 2008 in that whole crisis that happened there. I mean, that was the crisis that made the creation of Bitcoin a necessity. So there's still the sense of inequality that, okay, they're going to throw the book at a crypto guy, but they won't throw the book at bankers. I'm not saying that I think they should not throw the book at SBF, because they need to. He needs to be held accountable. But it still kind of goes to show that, in a sense, the system is still rigged against crypto, which indicates to me that the crypto revolution is succeeding, because there would not be any efforts to destroy something that was not making an impact. And I know it's really hard. Like, you get deep into the bear market and people stop talking about Web 3.0. You get into the bear market and people stop talking about the glories of blockchain technology. The only question that people ask in the bear market is, when's going to be over? But I think this is just the time to actually start getting excited about those things, because the bear market is cold and it's long, but it's not forever. It's not forever. And so if this is the event that maybe within the next 3 to 6 months will capitulate the final flush and start the bull run, because I see the bull run as beginning at the bottom, well, that's fine with me. I can handle that. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe, leave me a comment. Check out my 4 free documents that I have for you. My Intro to Investing, Intro to Crypto, Market Outlook for 2023, and Intro to Leverage Trading. These are documents that I spent the last month writing just for you, and I'm offering them to you for free. There's a link in the description, abouttobee.com/for-free. All right. Make it your aim to sleep in peace, wake in joy, walk in love, and have a good night. This is Cryptogenic signing out.